I don't know what to say.
Welcome back to our YouTube channel. After murdering, day 3 after murdering somebody.
Wow! Don't put that on the camera.
It was worth it.
And we had sex a lot today.
The full video and transcript of the video that I just showed you is incredibly disturbing. Yes, you heard what they said correctly. This 18-year-old named Aaron Guerrero said murdering somebody was worth it. But who did this teenage couple just murder together? Well, it was none other than 16-year-old Sierra Halseth's father, Daniel Halseth. So at the time, Sierra was living with her father, Daniel. Daniel seemed like your everyday father. He prioritized fitness, he posted frequently on social media, and his posts frequently involved his family, including his 16-year-old daughter, Sierra. Now, before the murder happened, Sierra's parents, Daniel and Elizabeth, had gone through a bitter divorce. In October of 2011, Daniel was assaulted for open and gross lewdness after his wife said he assaulted her. Then there were allegations that Elizabeth had been cheating on Daniel, and obviously they just had a terrible marriage. But at some point along the way, 16-year-old Sierra crossed paths with 18-year-old Aaron Guerrero, and the young couple quickly fell in love. So at some point, Sierra told Aaron that her father, Daniel, was abusive towards her, both physically and sexually. And according to the two of them, they felt like the only way to make this right was to murder Sierra's blood father. So in April of 2021, the two came up with a plan. I should also add in here that Aaron and Sierra had dated in 2020 before both of their parents had separated them and said they were bad for each other. They had also learned that the two were planning on running off to Los Angeles together, and since Sierra was only 16 at the time, obviously her dad said no. So the day before Daniel's body was found, Aaron ran away from home and disappeared. And the two teenagers then purchased a circular saw, saw blades, bleach, lighter fluid, disposable gloves, and a drop cloth from a local hardware store. Now, Aaron claims that he carried out this murder because he was on LSD at the time of the murder, but I've never seen that actually proven. So on that day in April of 2021, Sierra and Aaron entered the Halseth home. They then stabbed Daniel Halseth 70 times. They cut his body up, they set fire to it, and they attempted to burn down his house. And at one point shortly afterwards, a woman named Peggy and her friend entered Daniel's home and noticed that his front door was open. They then smelled smoke and noticed a large burned patch on the living room floor. Afterwards, they entered the garage and noticed the smell of lighter fluid. They also saw a sleeping bag on the floor, and when they opened up the sleeping bag, they saw the charred and mutilated remains of Daniel Halseth. So Sierra and Aaron then stole Daniel's car and went on the run, and they were eventually arrested in Salt Lake City, Utah, just a few days after killing Sierra's dad. And it was 3 days after the murder when they made that disturbing video where they giggle and laugh about murdering Daniel. So eventually, after a lengthy trial and all these details became public, Sierra and Aaron were sentenced to life in prison with the possibility of parole after 22 years. So they are in prison now, and I think that video remains one of the most disturbing things I've ever seen. The complete lack of empathy and the almost cheeriness, happiness that they both have within them, even after murdering Sierra's father.